Hey everybody, welcome back to Matt's Ice Cream Show, and we are back on our quest to try all the ice cream world has to offer. Today, we're going to be doing the Helados, Mexico, the Con Crema Coconut Coco. This is their coconut flavor. As many of you know, I am not a fan, and if you're newer, I'm going to tell you. There are certain flavors I'm not really a fan of. Not really a fan of mint, not really a fan of coconut, not really a fan of coffee, among other flavors. However, the goal of this show is to try all the ice cream world has to offer and to give an honest rating, despite the fact that I might not be a big fan of it. I'm going to try to give you the most honest rating I can under the circumstances, if that makes sense. So in other words, like even if I don't like it, I'm going to tell you maybe you'll like it if you like this flavor, because there are some flavors that I'm not a big fan of. But I can tell just by the prevalence and the quality, etc., of the flavor that other people who do like the flavor will like it. So anyway, welcome new fans. If you're not already subscribed, please press that subscription button. Press that subscription button. And also welcome old fans, of course. Nice to see you. So anyway, the Helado Mexico. So we've done a few flavors from these guys before. I'm a big fan of them. They have a really natural taste, a quality taste. So let's go ahead and jump into it. For the calorie conscious crowd, this is 170 per bar, 170. So, as you can see, I don't even know that you would call this an ice cream. It's kind of ice cream-ish, ice cream world. Trying to get this off, it's gonna mess it up. Unfortunately, sometimes with these bars, I don't know if it's in transit or what happens. You can kind of see the ice on the outside of it. They get frozen, unfrozen, and then frozen again, and that kind of, in my opinion, takes away from the quality. But anywho, let's go ahead and jump into it. Like I said before, not a big fan of coconut. Gonna try to get through it, but I'm gonna give you the most honest rating I can. Oh, a little cold. Well, I can say that whatever cream they use is really good. It has a nice creaminess to it, nice sweetness to it. The coconut flavor, believe it or not, is not too overwhelming. It's certainly there. And even with the flavors, this is a lot more organic in my opinion. They don't have a lot of ingredients, just milk, cream, water, cane sugar, shredded coconut, egg yolk, natural flavor, terra gum, guar gum, and salt. So, I mean, compared to a lot of other brands, this has a very refreshing taste to it. It's almost reminiscent of a coconut. And the subtle flavor, actually, you can actually taste as you get further into it, the coconut shards. I'll be honest, this is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It has it's almost like a sweet milk, if that makes sense. Like, the coconut flavor, of course, is there, but it has a really, really nice creaminess to it. Good fat content. I'll admit, this brand has never let me down. So, that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Oftentimes, I'll go into these things, almost having like a pre-rating in my head, because I kind of know what I like and what I don't like. But I do try to just kind of like push that out and give it the most honest rating I can in the moment. I was thinking this was probably going to be like in that lower B range, because again, I'm not a big fan of coconut. Sometimes with these combinations of like fruit and ice cream, they don't do the greatest job. They either have too much fruit or, too much cream, or not enough sugar, not enough this. This is really good. I'm a big fan of this. So let's see. Go ahead and give it a rating. Scale to 1 to 100. Scale from 1 to 100. 10-point grading scale. Do I have anything on my beard? I think I'm going to give it like a 90. I'm going to give it like a 90, 91. So let's go like an A minus, and I'll tell you why. What is it? Something that maybe I should give it like no, you know what? I'll give it a B plus, because If it's in the A rating, it means I would probably go to my way to get it, and I don't know that I would go to my way to get this. So let's give it like an 89, like a B+, a solid B+. Right at that range of A-. I say that because it does have a good sweetness to it, good fat content, even though it's a novelty, and a lot of times novelties don't have the greatest fat content. It does have a good sweetness to it, has a very natural flavor to it, has a nice density to it. I guess this is my real discrepancy. One, I'm not the biggest fan of coconut, and two, it does say coconut on here, and I'm not really complaining in the sense that it's something I would eat again, but if coconut is going to be the star of the show, the coconut flavor should be more pronounced, in my opinion. And that might be my one big discrepancy with this. It's not coconut forward enough. And it's, a lot of times, if it's going to say something, the star of the show needs to kind of be like the most prevalent flavor. And I don't know that I agree that that's the most prevalent flavor. If anything, it's like a sweeter cream that's the more prevalent flavor. It is very refreshing. Maybe I would add a little bit more sugar. And believe it or not, again, mainly because it says coconut, more prevalent coconut flavor. But other than that, I don't think you're going to lose. You guys go out and try it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there are any other flavors from this brand or any other brands with a similar flavor. Maybe I can compare them. Also, while you're there, likes. What do you think about last ice cream? I say that because they're often regional, or I thought it was pretty good. I can't mess that line up, okay? I say that because they're often regional or seasonal or limited edition. I have trouble finding them. I know you have trouble finding them. Love talking to you guys in the comments of prior videos. Love talking to you guys in the comments of this video. The Mexico Helados Coconut Coco 89 B+. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll like this. Like I said, very refreshing, very creamy. In general, this brand, I've had nothing but good experiences with this brand. I think we've tried 3 or 4 things on this show. You guys will have to go back and check those episodes. However, this brand in general, they do it really well every time. Very refreshing, organic, nice fat content in general. So anyway, you guys go out and check it out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check the links below. Tell your friends, tell your family. Come eat ice cream with me every week, and I will see you next time. See you next time, guys.